meeting between these teams handily in Greenville. We're set to go. And taking a look at the starting lineups, we'll get to those as we get this one underway. Slauson to take the opening tip against the freshman, Hauser, and tap controlled by Furman. Paladins 1/2 game out of first place. UNCG won last night at home against ETSU. Slauson tries the three and hits, and there you look at Furman's starting five. They are clicking right now, playing their best basketball of the year.
They really are waiting. We saw what Slauson can do. He can put it up from anywhere on the court. He's a heck of a player.
There's VMI's starting lineup, the one that has been used for the most part this year by Andrew Wilson's team. 4 freshmen and 1 senior, Sean Conway, making his 83rd start tonight. Shot clock winding down. Furman has been playing terrific defense, and at the outset, Woods smothered, and then the layup converted by Mike Bothwell.
Yeah, Mike Bothwell, a dynamic duo. He makes a great tandem with Slauson out there, and I'll look for them to push the ball at every available opportunity tonight.
Hauser sets the screen for Woods off the back iron, and the rebound tipped to the backcourt to Bothwell as Furman. Bothwell open look three, too strong. Long carom tracked down by Foster. Pegues. Slauson will not take the three. Now he'll fake and then move against Conway, and Conway draws the foul.
Slauson is long. He's a good slasher. He can get to the rim. He can put it on the deck, and he can just make a lot of things happen offensively.
He has given a lot of teams headaches through the years, and he is playing his best basketball for his 5th senior year.
Yeah.
5th-year senior.
He's been around a long time.
The core of this group returning to try to get a SoCon title and advance to the NCAA tournament. Furman has not done that since 1980. Woods to the basket, drives, and the Keydets with their first score. Asher Woods, leading scorer for VMI. The driving layup.
Did a nice job taking it across that baseline. Nice and strong, great hang time.
(5-2) Furman as we're just underway here at Cameron Hall. Bothwell, he collides with Woods, and a foul on Mike Bothwell. Team fouls are even at 1. Our crew chief tonight is Zelton Steed, Jason Deering, and Scott Bennett, also on the officiating crew. VMI 5-5 at home this year. Felder back to Conway. He'll look for the three, rattles out, and the rebound by Mike Bothwell. Foul against the Keydets. Well, Furman's doing a lot of things well. They lead the SoCon in scoring offense, 82 points per game, and field goal percentage, 48%, but they're also stopping people now. The defense and their level of play is to Bob Ritchie's liking.
Absolutely, and again, they score well, but they also do a lot off of their defense, and I suspect that they'll be on point tonight as well.
Slauson trying to measure the three, and the rebound by Tyler Hauser. Keydets won the last meeting between these teams here in Lexington. That was on New Year's Day, 2022. Woods looked to Conway, cut to the basket, and it's rejected underneath. Collision at midcourt. And looked like they did call a foul, and it's going to go against Jalen Slauson in the battle for the loose ball. Team fouls are now even at 2, so Tayshawn Jackson will come to the game now. Jackson has been a force on the boards for VMI of late.
He really hasn't. At 6'4", he plays a lot bigger than 6'4", Wade.
Plays a lot bigger than 6'4". Ricky Bradley Jr. off to Hauser. Shot clock single digits. Hauser against 3 defenders, somehow got it to go. Wow.
Wow, I tell you, that is something else. He's such a versatile guy with that left hand, and so fluid.
Off the screen, and a three-pointer for Marcus Foster. Well, the Keydets don't want to see what Foster did to them in the first game down in Greenville, December 29th. He rung up 7 threes on the way to 23 points. Woods got Slauson off balance but missed the runner.
Nice hesitation dribble, just could not get it to drop.
Keene's going to try a 3, and he hits. Furman hitting the 3 ball. That is their 3rd of the first half. 7-point lead for the Paladins. Woods will drive. Layup, no good. Hauser got the rebound, but tried to kick it out, and Foster steps in between. Slauson, and he'll pick up the foul. Tayshawn Jackson absorbing the charge. Time out of the floor. 11-4 Furman as we start the 106th meeting between these longtime SoCon rivals. Last week in Charleston, the big win over the Citadel, and it was also VMI's first road win of the year. Now the Keydets looking ahead to try to build on that as we move through February.
Absolutely, and we're right almost to that midpoint in February, and again, it was a nice win for VMI on the road and against an arch rival, and now they're trying to get win number 2 in the conference here tonight.
Keydets trying to get the upset against a very good Furman team that has won 6 in a row and 5 straight on the road. That is the 3rd longest active road winning streak among Division I teams this year. Shot clock at 4. Butler checks in. Felder with 2 with 1. Tough shot. Hauser again gets the rebound. Underneath to Butler. And how about that? The Keydets come away with a well-earned 2 points.
Well-earned 2 points, and that's that never say die attitude that VMI has night in and night out.
Furman played terrific defense right to the end of the shot clock. But the Keydets prevailed on that possession. Now they'll get another chance. Hauser can't clear, knocked to the floor. A drive and a layup good for Alex Williams, who has checked in, the sophomore forward. (13-6) Furman. Butler against Williams, backs it out for Hauser. Jackson pushes it up. He scores, count it. And Tayshawn Jackson will go to the line, posting up in the paint.
He did a nice job, very strong upper body strength, Tayshawn Jackson.
And Vanderwall comes in for Furman. And Tyrese Huey also in for the Paladins. And Bob Ritchie has basically been going 9 players deep now in his rotation. Tayshawn Jackson, talk about him being a rebounding machine. 16 rebounds at the Citadel last week. He is 2nd in the SoCon in rebounding in conference games, 7.2 per contest.
And that's not an easy task to accomplish in the SoCon. He's competing.
Jackson finishes the three-point play. Go ahead, Grafton. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say, because he's competing against some other very fine rebounders in the SoCon, and that's a tremendous accolade for him.
Ball ricocheted right into the hands of Alex Williams for an easy two. Williams did not score in the first game between these teams, played about 12 minutes. 15-9 Furman. Woods, a couple of fakes, looks for Butler, who takes and makes the three. Well, Devin Butler, pretty good three-point shooter, just over 38% beyond the arc this year. And it's a three-point game. The Keydets come away with a stop, Grafton.
I tell they do, and I tell you, that's what that three ball can do. It can get you back in the ball game in a hurry.
They'll take it the other way. A legal screen set by Tayshaw Jackson. So back over to Furman. Sean Conway comes back in. And Asher Woods, who has been the Iron Man on this team, averaging almost 38 minutes per game in SoCon contests this year as a true freshman.
That's a lot of minutes to log in a 40-minute contest. And they've got to have tremendous stamina to be able to do that.
Fans thought Alex Williams palmed the ball, but no call. Furman retains possession in the backcourt. Carter Witt inbounds. Pegues, now Witt, three. Rolls it in. So Carter Witt, instant offense off the bench for the sophomore from Raleigh. Furman now with 4 3-point shots. Sam Wolf in the lineup. He held on, had a defender come across, set himself, hit the layup.
That was a nice one-handed catch. He controlled it and was able to put it up off the glass.
Too much for Huey. 18-14. Butler, kick out Bradley. And Conway walked. We go to the media timeout. Keydets inching closer. They've hit their last 4 shots from the floor.
But when you talk about rebounding, you're talking about effort. But when you look at VMI, they're hitting the glass with tenacity. They've out-rebounded SoCon opponents by 7 per game, averaging about 33 1/3 rebounds a game. That's third in the conference. And then that gives them a plus 1.5 rebounding margin, which makes them 5th in the conference, and that's effort.
And the Keydets doing it with a roster where they are undersized at just about every position.
It really are, and again, that speaks well for just how they're rebounding, and oftentimes it's rebounding by committee. They're getting at least 2, oftentimes 3 times, or 3 guys to the glass, Wade, and again, it's effort, and it takes a toll after a while, but they're managing to sustain their effort.
Furman ball with a 4-point lead. Just under 11 minutes to go in the first half. Slauson to work. Sees the double team. Bothwell back into the paint. Denied by Bradley. Here's Foster. Slauson pops out for a quick trigger. And it's VMI basketball.
Yeah, we saw right there, Wade, another example of VMI putting the body on somebody on the defensive end. So that'll bode well for you if you continue to do that.
Conway back to Hauser, backing it in at the free throw line. Into the lane. partially blocked by Vanderwall, and it's Furman basketball. Now, Zelton Steed is going to say that Vanderwall deflected it, and I think VMI is going to get this ball.
I believe you're right on that call, Wade.
Maybe we can get another look. Well, it will be VMI basketball as Felder will take the ball out.
Well, that's good partner-to-partner officiating. Well, they got 3 guys out there that gives them 6 set of eyes, and that's good officiating.
Hauser backs it in, splits the double team, almost got it to go. Jackson tried to keep it alive. Furman will run. And on transition, first dunk of the night for Slauson.
And he ran rim to rim, right down the middle of the floor, and got a nice little pass back, and he flushed it.
Woods inside the arc, too strong. Jackson tipped it off, Felder. Kedatz with the possession alive, and Jackson a driving layup down the wing.
I tell you, great effort to keep that ball alive by VMI. And again,
Hauser gobbles up the ball. Kedatz down by 4. Ricky Bradley back into action. He did not play Saturday against Mercer after a terrific game against the Citadel. After a momentary pause, we are back. Felder to Jackson against Lawson. Just beyond the free throw line. Off the back iron for Bradley. A battle between Foster and Jackson. Pegues walked. Turnover number 5 for Furman.
And Pegues' brain got in motion before his feet caught up.
Sam Wolf back in the lineup for VMI. Wolf has provided the Kedatz some scoring off the bench the last 2 games, averaging 7 points over those 2 contests. And he's knocked down a few threes as well.
Yeah, and that's good. That gives a few quality relief minutes. And as we've said in earlier broadcasts, he brings a high level of enthusiasm and energy to the floor.
Well, the defense, Furman just crowding that three-point line and denying everything.
Everything, and they're really pushing the offense farther and farther out, as we saw there, out to that sideline.
Paladins coming off a big win over Wofford. Nice look for Pegues from Heen.
And that's just a nice little give and go, and Pegues at 6'1" manages to get up and he flushes that one.
Here's Conway, and he will pick up the foul. 4th team foul on the Kedatz, 2nd on Conway. And we have a media timeout. Now Furman with a 6-point lead, taking it to the rack. Heen out to Begis. And it's the Paladins 22, VMI 16. By Sanford on a Saturday afternoon game at Cameron Hall, and then Wofford closes out the schedule. One more Saturday game left, Grafton. We know how crazy things can get here in this building on a Saturday afternoon with the core in force.
And the rings will be in the house on the railing. And it does get crazy on a Saturday afternoon. It's a good environment. It's a tough environment to play in.
And we hope to see people turn out for the other two games as well. Of course, Chattanooga coming into town, and that's going to be an interesting one.
Yes.
Without a doubt. Dan Earl returns. Jake Stevens has been out of action of late. Hauser tries the three, and it hits the top of the backboard. Goes back over to Furman. And the Keydets, three-point shooting. They haven't had a lot of quality looks, and they're now 1 of 5 beyond the arc.
And Furman's had a lot to do with that pressure defense, pushing them again beyond that three-point line.
The lefty, Mike Bothwell, buries his first three. 5 different players have each hit a three for Furman. Paladins lead 25-16. Butler off the dribble. 3-2 strong. Witt on the break. Bothwell again. Deep three, this time short. Woods off to Hauser. And he gets the shooter's bounce.
Soft touch. He had a big old smile running back down the floor in defensive transition.
Had another momentary pause in the game, and now we'll restart. 25-19. And that rattles in for Carter Witt, his second three-point goal.
VMI right now appears to be okay with letting them take the long ball attempts and packing that defense back in the paint.
Jackson tries the three from the corner, rattles out. Bothwell sees the double team. Catch and shoot, rattle it in for Alex Williams. 7th triple for Furman in the first half, and now VMI has called timeout. So the Paladins on a 6-0 run over the last half minute, and they have fired away, connecting on 5 of their last 7 from the floor. Starting to really get into rhythm, and Andrew Wilson calling timeout, sensing the Paladins are getting a little too comfortable.
Yes. And again, VMI's allowed them to take the long ball, and Furman, with this little bit of a cushion of a lead, is not afraid to put it up, and they've got some guys that can fill it up. So, you know, you're sort of danged if you're doing, you're danged if you don't in terms of closing out there. But VMI's got a strategy for this ball game, and again, the coaches they'll make an adjustment as needed, I'm sure.
There you see the graphic. Furman leading in scoring offense and field goal percentage. They're also leading in scoring margin, outscoring opponents by 10.4 points a game. They're leading in assist. They're leading in turnover margin. And they're doing a lot of things well.
They're doing a lot of things well, and when you can do that, you have the quality and the making of a good club. And, of course, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. And this is why Furman is atop the league right now, because they're doing a lot of things well, and they're being very consistent, and they've got depth, and they can get guys in and out.
Furman currently 89th in the net rankings. That's tops among SoCon schools. Woods looking to drive, steps back. Off to Hauser. Off balance three, and shot clock violation.
Yeah, once again, we see the tenacious defense of the Furman Paladins. They're guarding their man with the ball, and then the next half defender is collapsing to give that feint look. So again, they're playing extremely well on the defensive end.
Williams, another three to extends Furman's lead. Now 15 points, the largest of the game. Jackson left alone, good look inside, and he finishes. 6 points for Tayshaud Jackson. Back over to the Keydets. VMI does not want to fall behind too much here heading into the locker room.
Because Furman's not the type of club you want to fall too far behind at any point in time in the ball game, because they have so many weapons. So you want to keep it close and keep it within range and control the tempo.
Hauser against Heen. Goes to the hook, left hand, too strong. Heen the rebound. McGee fires away, and Furman, they cannot miss from outside. That is their 9th three-point goal. And they've hit some deep threes, too.
Some really deep threes.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Under 4 three-point shooting carrying the night thus far for Furman. 47% from beyond the arc. 7 different Paladins have hit at least a three in this first half of play. Let's look at Witt. But they are spreading the wealth from the perimeter.
They are definitely sharing the wealth, and they're playing very, very unselfish basketball. And just looking for the open man and having a lot of fun doing it.
Hauser trying to get into the paint and then tried to go over to Woods, and Heen took it away. Witt lays it in on transition.
Witt just extended himself, reached out, and flipped it off the glass.
Hauser rattles out from three-point range. Slauson the rebound. Furman in transition, in high gear. A 16-2 run for Furman over the last 3 minutes to break this game open. Hauser. Witt comes away with it. Slauson lays it in. He's fouled.
Timing, execution, and transition, giving up the ball at just the right time to a guy coming right down the middle of the floor. We get another good look at it. And nice bounce pass, good catch by Slauson, and nice finish by Slauson.
Furman has been high octane over the last 3.5 minutes. Jalen Slauson at the line. SoCon Player of the Month for January. He's also the current reigning SoCon Player of the Week. And you know, from his freshman year, you knew he was going to be an impact player, but he has saved the best for last. The 5th-year senior from Summerville, South Carolina.
That's just a lot of quality experience that Furman has in Jalen Slauson. And like you say, Wade, he saved, it appears he saved the best for last.
Felder fall away. Tough shot, rolls out. Hayne the rebound. Nikita's just having trouble getting any kind of scoring, getting the ball to go down. Felder got a deflection. The shot clock now single digits. Vanderwall drives against Wolf and draws the foul.
Furman is very, very patient. They're picking their spots when they want to put it on the deck, dribble, drive, pitch, reverse the ball. They're getting a lot of different touches, a lot of different guys.
Furman also has been shooting free throws very well this year. They're third in the SoCon, coming in with just over 75% from the line. VMI currently second in the league in free throw shooting. But Furman is 13-0 when outscoring opponents at the free throw line. Those were the first attempts of the night for the Paladins. Ricky Bradley Jr. showed the sideline. Now 9 turnovers on the Keydets.
And that boils down to just court awareness, knowing where you're at, knowing foot, feet placement, and knowing where that sideline is.
Timeout taken by Furman. Bothwell got into trouble. Furman with just over a minute remaining. Well, the Keydets battled back, cut it to 4, and then Furman took off.
They took off in a hurry. They jetted out and got that transition game going and just kept it going. And again, it's hard to stop a train when you have so many different conductors that can do things on those tracks out there, and that's what Furman is doing right now.
Furman shooting 61% from the floor, 45% from three-point range. They have forced 9 VMI turnovers. They've limited the Keydets to 33% shooting in the first half and just 2 3-point makes, which is a big part of the VMI arsenal.
It really is, and like you stated a moment ago, and they've done it with very few free throw attempts. Furman has. They've scored a great deal. So again, they're keeping the ball moving and keeping the clock moving as well.
Now 48-21. Final minute of the first half. Fall away for Ricky Bradley Jr. Furman drives it in, scores. And they're going to call a block inside the arc. The restricted area. Selton Steed making that call.
He was right, looks like he was right on that line, like you say, Wade, right in that restricted area. Did not quite get there to get above and beyond it.
Woods has been a marked man here in the first half. Hasn't gotten a lot of shot opportunities, and Bradley creates. It looks like he's going to head to the line.
Again, it's been sort of hard going for VMI on the offensive end because of how Furman is playing them straight up.
That free throw stopped a run of 17 straight points for Furman. Conway heads out. Hauser back in. Bradley stepping back. At and hits the next one. "26 seconds before halftime. Shot clock is off. Pegues, the sophomore guard from Nashville, has done a great job taking over for the graduated Alex Hunter at point guard. Pegues with 5 seconds to go. Falls down, nails the three. Pegues in double figures with 10. And Furman, Pegues with 10, Williams with 10, and a bunch with 8. Slauson, Bothwell, and Witt as we start the second half. As Andrew Wilson said, the Keydets can't be worried about the score now, just taking possession by possession. Woods trying to get active, but he's denied underneath by Bothwell. And Asher Woods, 1 for 7 from the field. He has just been smothered tonight.
He has been smothered and covered.
Slauson continues bullseye shooting from outside. Slauson now with 11.
It looks like Furman's going to try to pick up right where they left off and just come on out and continue to play their game.
Scoop shot doesn't go for Felder. Off the three, miss, and a rebound put back by Marcus Foster, the redshirt junior guard from Atlanta. Talked about his big first game against VMI in Greenville, 23 points, 7 threes. Foster tonight with 7 points.
Furman's just doing a heck of a job closing out, stopping short with hands up and active feet.
Woods, quick trigger, and maybe that will get him going. Drops it in from the wing. Asher Woods, VMI's leading scorer out of Noonan, Georgia. Paladins trying for their 5th 20-win season over the last 6 years and 15th in school history. And they are well on their way right now.
They really are, and again, they're playing with, again, we've said a lot of confidence. They're playing to control the game and to control the flow, and they're not backing down what they're doing.
Off of Slauson's foot and out of bounds. The Paladins coming off a big win over Wofford. They had a 19-point first half lead against the Terriers on Saturday. Cruised to an 80-67 win, giving Furman a regular season sweep from Wofford for the first time since the Terriers joined the SoCon. Nice move, Asher Woods. Giving the Keydets some life with a dribble penetration.
That was a nice little move there. Good, strong dribble drive move by Asher Woods.
Woods free throw shooting back up over 80% now. Took a little bit of a dip after a torrid start, but he is one of the better free throw shooters in the Southern Conference. It goes without saying that the Keydets have played with a depleted roster all season long, and you take on a red-hot team like Furman, it just makes things difficult. Well, the Keydets get a stop. Shot clock violation. Slauson lost view of the clock momentarily.
Yes, and like you just said, with a depleted roster and you're playing a team like Furman that's coming in here red hot on a roll, you try to find a strategy to limit the touches. You try to control the ball, keep it on one side of the floor as best you can, knowing that at any moment there could be a breakout moment for your opponent. So you just continue to just try to limit, control the flow, crash the glass, and take care of every possession on the offensive end.
Back to Jackson. Off to Woods. And Woods lays it in as the Keydets used just about every inch of the floor in that possession.
They did. They went from one side to the other. I think they could count each of the planks of the boards out there.
Ritchie will go to his bench. Butler with the foul, and that is his second. Keydets have scored 8 straight. Just what they were looking for to start this second half.
Yeah, you just got to look for the positives and get the fuel where you can in your tank and try to just cut into this lead. You're not going to get it back in the first 5 minutes, but you like to have it in a manageable state by the 10-minute mark.
This is a building that has caused Furman headaches the last couple of years. VMI has won the last 2 meetings between these teams in Lexington, but Furman with a decisive burst at the end of the first half to put that into jeopardy.
And VMI's just running up against that purple wall, if you will.
And that's going to count. Or will it? We have Slauson down on the floor. Took a tumble.
Let's hope he's okay there. Yeah. I believe he may have tweaked an ankle, possibly.
Turned out to be false labor. Bob stayed back in Greenville, and son Jax was born right after Furman's next game against UNCG. So after a couple of hectic and exciting days to start 2022, the Ritchie's now proud parents of 3 children.
Yeah, and again, what a nice job he has done in his 6th season there as the head coach, and inside the top 25 winning percentage.
Yep, 71% win percentage at Furman. In the top 25 among active Division I head coaches.
And that's no easy feat.
Some good company there.
Yes, absolutely.
Almost 5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Catch and shoot. Vanderwall short. Into the arms of Tayshaw Jackson. Felder circles back. Keita spread the floor. Woods trying to create. He was denied, but there's Hauser to finish off the block.
Hauser did a nice job off that block, gathering it and putting it up very, very quickly.
Offensive foul on Furman.
You know, Hauser not only gets the put back on the other end, but hustles back down the floorway to get himself set up to take the charge.
Bothwell takes the foul, his second, and Furman's third. Talked about Furman with that big win over Wofford on Saturday. They played at the Bon Secours Wellness Center, downtown Greenville, and had over 6,000 at that game. It was the largest to witness a Furman home basketball game since 1970. And that goes out of bounds. In fact, it was, the crowd Saturday night was the largest. Surpassed by a few hundred the crowd they got against South Carolina in the famed Greenville Memorial Auditorium. The Odd, as we
takes us
affectionately
back a ways.
called it.
Yes.
Vanderwall with the basket. 4 points now for Vanderwall.
Yeah, I thought they had the deflection, but did not come up with the recovery, and again, left the baseline wide open.
Steal by Huey. He tried to go for the dunk, lost the handle. And we're going to get another look here.
He lost it on the way up.
The thing I remember about the Odd, you would walk into that building and just overpowered by the smell of popcorn.
Yes, yes.
Rattles out.
Nothing like the smell. That set the tone for a lot of good basketball.
Well, they had some great teams.
Yes.
And there, particularly in the mid-70s. Clyde Mays, Professor Leonard.
I tell you, you're an encyclopedia, my friend. It's good basketball, good players.
That was a pretty good play by Ricky Bradley Jr. Nice work inside by Tyrese Huey. He had 13 points in the first game between these teams.
Furman is just taking their time. They're spreading VMI out and just picking them apart right now and making nice passes, nice cuts.
Wall trying to go reverse side, slides off. Running is Vanderwall. Kick out Williams. Three, good. Williams has nailed 3 3-pointers tonight. 13 points overall. And everyone getting into the scoring act for the Dins.
Everyone is sharing in the wealth, and that's 6'5", Alex Williams, 235. So nice soft touch for a big guy.
Wolf drives to the basket. Sam Wolf with 4 points. Wide open look, three-pointer. Off the back iron. Rebound by Williams. Vanderwall is short on the three. Comes back out to him. Now Witt under the basket. Kick out. Williams open three. He got it. He is feeling it.
Williams never moved from the top of the key. He just stood there and watched all the action and wide open, and they pitched it back out to the top.
Three-pointer number 14 for Furman. Jackson's going to go to the line. But first, we go to a timeout. Furman Paladins in control. Midway second half, 72-39. The Ford, fifth-year senior out of Somerville, South Carolina, having a great year. Two-time SoCon Player of the Week this season and the SoCon Defensive Player of the Year. Was the Player of the Month in January, and tonight, very efficient, 11 points in 16 minutes, 3 blocks, 3 assists, making it happen.
He is, and again, he's just an all-around good player. Can slash, get to the rim, can shoot it, can rebound, plays tremendous defense, and he can just do a lot of good things out there. And he's a very unselfish player.
Tayshaun Jackson, free throw line. The Keydets 75.5% from the free throw line coming in. And Tayshaun Jackson, talk about his rebounding. Conway back in the lineup. Bothwell is going to ring it in from the corner. Mike Bothwell, another fifth-year senior on this team, veteran. Furman, an offensive machine tonight.
Yes. And again, VMI is really struggling to get inside that three-point line to get shot attempts.
Butler short on the three, and Conway looked for Butler. Underneath, wasn't ready for the pass. Begase, Bothwell again from up top. Williams comes out of nowhere to grab the rebound. Witt kick out. Now the three from Witt. Clanks off. Furman, another try. Open three. That's an air ball.
Again, VMI's got to take advantage of this, the stop, get down and hopefully score, get back, get another stop, and continue to cut into this lead that Furman has.
Woods looking to go in. Slauson went for the fake, picks up the foul. Third foul on Jalen Slauson. Another peek at it.
Again, Asher Woods did a really nice job with a couple 3 head and shoulder fakes to draw that foul.
Asher Woods played all 40 minutes Saturday against Mercer. He is second in the SoCon in minutes per game, 37.6 minutes per game in SoCon games. Third overall this season in minutes played.
That's a lot of minutes, and again, you have to be well conditioned to sustain that and to have the stamina to play those types of minutes and to still be effective and efficient while out there on the floor.
Andrew Wilson says they look at the film, they grade it, and Asher Woods more times than not grades out as the most productive player.
Exactly.
He's also been one of those Keydets who's been active on the boards this year. 11 rebounds against Mercer in the first game.
And that's no easy task. I mean, that's just, again, as we've said, that's effort to rebound, that's work.
Tyler Hauser picks up his first foul, and Marcus Foster will come in. Witt will stay in the ball game, and to the bench is Pegues. Huey, and he hits. Well, that's his first three, and number 16 for Furman.
Again, they're just filling it up from beyond the arc, and nothing you can do when they're knocking them down like that. You gave them an opportunity if you're VMI to make them prove themselves, and now they found a rhythm.
Felder circles around and could not get it to go. Alex Williams. Rebound by the Keydets. Woods trying to get separation, fires a three. Conway the rebound. Hauser cut to the basket. Woods, tough shot. Jackson.
Oh, I hope he's
hard
not
fall
hurt.
to the floor, fell on his back. Keydet fans hoping that young man is okay, and he bounces up. You could hear that all throughout the arena.
Yeah, it made me cringe over here, Wade, as though I were taking that fall. Get another look at it. Oh.
He'll be seeing Lance Fujiwara after the game.
Yes.
78-43 as we head to the break. Furman in control. Just over 7 minutes remaining. All right, there's a look at VMI's three-game homestand in February. Chattanooga comes to town a week from tonight. Sanford and Wofford close out the home schedule. For tickets, go to VMItickets.com. Well, the Keydets are not giving up. The never say die spirit of the Keydets. I don't know what this final score will end up, but these young Keydets will fight to the finish.
They will definitely fight to the finish, and they're growing together. They like each other by all appearances, and they're playing not only for themselves, but they're playing for each other, their coaching staffs, and knowing that there are definitely going to be better days ahead.
Keydets just drew an opponent tonight that is doing everything right.
Yes.
And
it's
peaking
hard
at the right time.
Yeah, you're right about that. And it's a challenge. I was going to say difficult, but it's a challenge when you're playing against a very experienced, well-polished team like Furman. But there's a lot of takeaways, a lot of positive takeaways.
Felder found the basket. Tony Felder, his first field goal of the night. Vanderwall. Now that is sharing the basketball. Vanderwall finishes it off.
Yes, and that's just having played together, knowing each other, anticipating each other's moves, and then just having fun while you're doing it.
Of course, the Paladins came into this season with, unfinished business, so close last year, and Chattanooga's David Jean-Baptiste, that three-point shot at the buzzer to lift Chattanooga to the NCAA tournament. But the core of this Furman team is back, and they seem to be focused at the right time.
Yes, and the fact they've got a goal, they've got an end goal in mind, but in order to get to that end goal, you've got to get through the regular season, get into a good conference tournament rhythm, and then advance beyond that in the month of March. And I'm sure that's what these young men are thinking, but not thinking too far ahead, but realize that there is an end goal. So there's a bigger pot of gold out there that they want to be dipping their hands into.
Paladins were picked first in both the preseason media and coaches poll, but I tell you that SoCon race is interesting. 3 teams, Sanford and UNCG. In fact, UNCG now at 11-2. Furman came in 10-2. Sanford at 10-2. So it will be an interesting last couple of weeks to see how that all shakes out.
Absolutely, and I'm sure the coaching staff for Furman have told their players, you don't win it on paper, you win it on the court. So let's go out and prove what we're all about. You just see what Furman's all about defensively, Wade. They're getting through screens. They're going 1-man remove, 2-man remove, but they're so aggressive that they close out so quickly.
Tayshawn Jackson now in double figures as he hits the jumper with the shot clock winding down. Yeah, everybody has seen the young Keydets now, and the general consensus is if this group continues to improve and stay together, which they have, and
yes,
they could do some really, really good things.
I think VMI's in for some really good days ahead. And like you said, they stay together and don't give up and realize that there's a greater reward in the very end. Because they're playing off of their high school careers. They haven't had a full college season under their belt, so they got to keep that in mind too, these young players.
Sean Conway, the lone senior in the starting lineup, heads out. Can't say enough about what that man has done for the Keydets this year and the leadership he has provided, the senior out of Fairfield, Connecticut.
And the fact that he stayed, he wants to get his degree from VMI, and he wants to go on and do great things in the future.
Conway with 83 consecutive starts now. Takes a lot to get him out of the starting lineup.
Yes.
Woods a jumper, no, we'll keep it right here.
You know, even with the point spread being what it is, Wade, you still feel that that enthusiasm that VMI has, not only on the floor, but on the bench. The crowd that's here tonight, they're still encouraging these young men to play hard, to not give up. And so it's just, it's a pleasure to see that and to witness that as well.
Foster's going to come back in for the Paladins. Garrett Heen to the bench. Well, the Keydets have been pretty good at the line tonight. Now 12 of 13. In the first game between these teams, VMI was a perfect 11 for 11 in the game in Greenville. Slauson over the double team, and Jackson clears the rebound. Felder pops in the three, and VMI calls timeout. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Keydets playing hard here in the second half. Furman with a sizable lead. 80-54, but Tony Felder with a perimeter shot. Championships taking place at the Harris Cherokee Center in Asheville. For more information, go to SoConHoops.com.
Yes, should be a good tournament down in Asheville, and a great arena, good location, not too far to get to, and be a lot of good basketball.
Furman racing front court. They've been high velocity all night. A step back three rattled in. Pegues. 13 points for Pegues. He had 15 points in the first game between VMI and Furman. He had some big shoes to fill in Alex Hunter. Pegues has played very well. Witt, kick out in the corner. Rattles out for Foster. Tip to Woods. He's going to race down the lane, and out of the nowhere comes Foster to take it away. Long throw down, and the dunk by Alex Williams. 18 points now for Alex Williams. 7 for 9 from the field.
Yeah, and that's a tough one to give up, but when you still it and you ball ahead, those things happen.
Hauser with the active hands and the finish. Shelton Steed is now calling for a little court maintenance. And we got a timeout on the floor. Our final media timeout here in the second half. Furman cruising, 85-56, the Paladins. Just 2.5 minutes away from their 20th victory. Here's a look at the next ESPN Plus broadcast for both teams. Keydets with a Friday night game in Johnson City against ETSU. And the Paladins hosting Western Carolina in their next contest.
Yeah, Tony Felder just, again, lost his court awareness and dribbled right out of bounds, right on that end line.
Wolf the foul, number 2. Furman has only shot 4 free throws. They've made them all. And out of bounds, the Keydets cannot control. Just over 2 minutes remaining. And the lay-in good.
Again, that was a very, very easy inbounds pass, just a good face cut right down the middle for a layup. And VMI, somebody fell asleep on that and didn't cover over in the paint.
Furman has not dropped a game since January 14th, overtime loss to UNCG, but they avenged that setback by knocking off UNCG in the rematch. Here's Wolf. Short of the layup, stays with it, and he'll go to the line. Can't say enough about the energy that Sam Wolf brings to the team, and he'll be heading off to medical school next year at VCU. Army scholarship. His dad played basketball at Davidson, as we said before.
And he's just, he plays with so much heart. And again, it sounds like a broken record, but with enthusiasm. And he takes the game to heart. He wants to do so well when he's out there. And he's going to be a huge success. So you know that with going to medical school, you know he's got a greater reward at the end of the day. And he'll be giving back to society by caring for people.
There's a look at Josh Toole getting his first minutes of the night. Walk-on player, freshman out of Marion. And also in the lineup as well for the Keydets is Jake Johnston, another walk-on, who is played now in back-to-back games. Played a little bit at Mercer.
And old Jake, he's a guy that he'll come in and he'll really get after you. He just is all over the floor.
Throwing it down, Tyrese Huey has a dozen points. Butler off the dribble, three, rattles out. Sprawling out of bounds. Jake Johnston.
And again, there's Jake showing you what he's all about. He's a hustler. He gets after it. He wants to play the game, and he values the opportunity and the minutes that he gets.
Nice look, Tony Felder. A little crossover, then sticking the three. Into the final minute. Vanderwall on the back door. Butler rolls it in on the right hand. Devin Butler with 7 points. Playing out the last 30 seconds of this game. Witt missed the dunk. Johnston back to Witt. Now Furman will just play out the final seconds. And Furman has now won its last 7 and 6 straight on the road. The Paladins move to 11-2 in the SoCon, pull even with UNCG for first place in the league. And the 5th 20-win season over the last 6 years for Bob Ritchie's team. Final score tonight, 94-63, all Furman.